Want to learn some psychology? Tough, you're going to. You actually want to learn some nerdy psychology? Alright. Do you ever notice that when you feel anxious, you start going hunting for something to worry about? And let me give you an example. You notice a freckle on your arm, and you ask yourself, was that always there? Is that new? If it's new, what does that mean? And well, don't you go to your old pal, the internet, and you start Googling, and there's loads of stuff that says it's probably fine, but there's something that says it might not be fine. And before you know it, you're chicken licking, the sky is falling down, you're about to pop your clogs, and at this point you feel really anxious. Yeah, well, let's rewind it all back to the start. The fact you even noticed the freckle. That is the start. And you want to know the nerdiness behind this? This is something called a prediction error. So if I'm going to the bathroom and I go to get the soap, and instead of the soap, there's a little alien there. And that little alien, well, if I don't pay attention to it, it might laser beam me. So what do? Without thinking, I immediately orientate towards it. Pay attention, you weren't expecting a little alien, and there's a little alien. Look at it. For goodness sake, it might have lasers. And so you do. And then you realise that little alien is just a soap dish shaped like an alien. Then next time I go to wash my hands, I don't notice it anymore. Do you know why? Because there was a prediction error, I paid attention to it, I used my big old brain to resolve it, that's a very simple resolution, and then I go about my business. This is your nerdy evolution. If there's something unexpected in your environment, pay attention. It could be a bear. So how does this relate to a freckle? Well, you can have an error of a prediction error, which is you weren't really supposed to notice the freckle, but because you're already on high alert, you were scanning for anything that you weren't expecting. And because you do not spend a lot of time studying your arms or the freckles on your arms, you don't have a very good memory for it, you're going to find something. And then your brain goes, why are you paying attention to it? Because if you're paying attention to it, you must be paying attention to it for a reason. Now your brain starts pouring in more energy. You weren't expecting that, you've noticed that, there's some reason that you've noticed that, pour more energy into solving this, and you start thinking, well, what could the potential threats of this be? Because I noticed it. And you start thinking about scarier and scarier things. And your brain builds a more elaborate and elaborate story because you've not been able to solve it like I did by just looking at my little alien soap dish. Quick solve, get on with my life. But because you've not been able to resolve it, your brain starts creating a story. Like chicken licking. The acorn falls on Chicken Licken's head. I think it was an acorn. And the whole sky is falling down. And when you struggle with anxiety, health anxiety, OCD, when you struggle with catastrophizing, if you rewind it all back, quite often something like this is right at the start of your story. An error of a prediction error. Just something to think about, nerdily. Okay.